Hello everybody, today we're going to be converting a brushed 4x4 Senton to brushless using Spektrum's Firma 3150 kV brushless motor and Firma 130 amp brushless ESC. So first things first, we're going to unbox these guys. We'll start with the ESC here. Cut that plastic open. This is the first time I'm seeing these, as you can tell. Come on. There we go. Very beautiful packaging here by Spektrum. Looks really nice in that box. Pretty beefy ESC, as you can tell. Lift that guy out of there. Very well packaged, actually. I'm really liking this. Sorry for the silence, I'm just in awe. It's the first time I'm going to be putting anything brushless in an RC car. So there you have it, 130 amp ESC. Comes with little bits of 3M double-sided tape and plenty of Firma smart stickers, and then user's guide, of course. Go ahead and set the box off to the side here. Sorry for my reach. Alright, now let's check out that motor. Safety first when you're opening things. Don't cut towards yourself like I do. I'm an idiot. So there you have it. As well as being sealed in plastic, there's a little bit of tape here. Again, stuff's very well packaged. Look at that bad boy right there. Big old beefy motor. So I can tell already I won't be installing this tonight because that shaft is way too big for the pinion gears that I got. So gonna need to upgrade to some different pinion gears, but for now, wow, look at the size of that guy. Feels very notchy. High quality aluminum body and everything. I mean, you'd expect no less from a brushless motor that costs this much. But anyway, there you have it. There's the brushless motor and ESC. I'm going to be putting my Senton here pretty soon. You'll see that coming up. Alright, so let's get going on with this install. As you can tell, I've already removed the motor and transmission case, and that's because I made a video about replacing the stock brushed motor. If you want to check that out, there will be a link in the description. So, first thing we're going to do here is unscrew the brushed ESC. Pretty simple, just going to be one screw on either side, and you make sure you don't tighten them down. Take them out. And Arrma has provided all the tools that you need to do this, but as you may be able to tell, it'd be a lot easier to do if you had an aftermarket tool set with the right size wrenches. I do not, so I'm stuck with the Allen wrench that Arrma provides for the time being. Last little bit of this screw here, and I'm going to make sure I don't lose that screw. There we go. Nice to have a little dish off to the side you can put your little parts in. So, as far as these trucks go, now you can lift off the receiver box lid, pull the wire out of the little rubber grommet there, and then unplug it from the receiver, and you are ready to put in the brushless ESC. Alright, so there's the brushless ESC, and as you can see, this lead is a little bit longer than we really need it. In fact, we're actually not going to mount it on top of the receiver box, because either way that I try to mount it there, it runs into the steering servo just a little bit, so I'm actually going to mount it down here, where it has a little more clearance. And I did check beforehand, it will fit there without interfering with the motor. So, first thing we're going to do here is plug in our receiver. Make sure you get that put in there in the right direction. Plug it in, and we'll check. See, we need about that much length. Kind of hard to see here, sorry about that. But you can see, don't need a whole lot of length, so we can actually bundle a lot of this up, the extra wire, into the receiver box. This is what I'm going to do. And we'll guide the wires down through the grommet again. That'll make sure that the receiver box doesn't take on a bunch of water. And then we'll go ahead and put that guy on top of there. Now you can reuse the stock screws. I'm not going to because they're a little too long. Got some shorter screws I'm going to put in there. So I got these 3x8mm socket heads. A little bit easier to use screw. Now, not only going to need these for the receiver box lid, but also for mounting down the ESC, as Arrma does not provide any screws to do so. For aftermarket ESCs, they just have the screws on the top of the receiver box. And what's nice about socket head screws is you can actually get more of a grip on them, thread them in farther before you need a tool. So we'll just go ahead and get those started, and we can come back and tighten them down more later. In some cases it might be easier to put the screws on the end of the tool and then guide them down in, like I just did there. And then tighten them down. Alright, so we got one more screw on this other side here. And then we are good to go. Alright, so there you have it. ESC's ready to go. Receiver box lid is closed. Now all we got to do is hook up the wires for the motor, get the motor installed, and we're golden. So there's one more thing I almost forgot to mention, and that's this on-off switch right here. Now, there is a couple post mounts. You can screw it down to either there or up here on top of the receiver box. Personally, I think I'm just going to use a little piece of double-sided tape and mount it kind of in between the two. That's because this one down here is jammed with a rock, and then that one up there kind of stresses the wire, and I'd rather not do that. So I'm going to double-sided tape that guy down right there, and we'll get back to you when we're ready to install the motor. Alright, so here's the motor. Here's half the gearbox housing. First things first, we're going to want to get these guys mounted up in there, and as you can see, the motor has 6 mounting holes to choose from. This one's only going to end up using 2 of them directly opposed from each other. And I'm actually going to clock this so that the wires are going to come out the top in comparison. So I'll be using those 2 holes right there. Got the screws from the gearbox right here. It's a little bit fiddly to get these guys in there, but with a little patience and dexterity. Just got to get the screws started, really. Here's one. And then one more on the other side. Maybe easier said than done. And, of course, don't hesitate to use a tool if you feel like you need it. So I'm just going to bring those guys down a little bit snug. Just like that. Still want to be able to kind of move the motor around like that. Should I need to, because once we get the pinion in there, we're going to want to make sure we set the lash with the spur gear. So you might remember I said I'm going to need a bigger bore pinion for this. So this guy is a 48 pitch 19 tooth hardened steel pinion from Robinson Racing. And this guy is going to do the trick because it has the 5mm center bore. So go ahead and pop this guy out of there. And the grub screw in this case is separate, so make sure you don't lose that guy. Alright, we're ready to install that onto the motor. Now the other thing you're going to want when you're installing a pinion gear is a little bit of blue thread locker. put on the grub screw. Got that stuff right here. Of course, the camera won't focus. Bear with me though. So for this, you're just going to want to apply just a little bit. That's actually probably too much, but it should be all right. So we're going to go ahead and slip this guy onto the shaft. Make sure that the grub screw hole is lined up with the flat part of the shaft. And then we'll start threading that in there. And there we go. Pinion's pretty much installed. Now that we've got that pinion gear installed, we're ready to go ahead and drop the slipper clutch in. Now all that's left is to put the other half of the gearbox housing on. Once that's done, we're ready to throw it all in there. And I'll come back to you when we're ready to do that. Alright, so you'll see the motor's installed. And I just did that off camera because I had to remove the ESC in order to actually get it in there. So all that's left now is to hook these wires up and route them. So blue to blue, yellow to yellow. There we go. And orange to orange. And then Arrma's got this nice little wiring sort of hook back here. Go ahead and gently kind of fold these wires down and then feed them in one by one down into this loom here. And that'll keep those nice and tucked up out of the way. And then we're ready to finish putting this guy back together, throw a battery in, and see how it runs. Alright, we're all back together. Got my 2S 5000 battery here. That's all I've got at the moment. No 3S, but we will see that in the future. I'm going to go ahead and toss this guy in here. And this is the first startup. You're witnessing this as I am. Turn on our remote there. Red light, we're good to go. And we'll go ahead and plug this guy in. Lift him up off the bench just in case something goes wrong. Press the button there. Alright, and that last set of 2 beeps means we're good to go. Alright, we are all set. Everything still works good. Ready to go give it a speed test. Alright, so there you have it. After a brushless upgrade on the Senton, the thing is much faster. Acceleration is better, top speed is better, does donuts and drifting much better. I mean, what's not to love? So, a little bit of the extra top speed came from the fact that I upgraded the pinion gear from a 17 tooth to a 19 tooth. However, the brushless version of the Arrma Senton actually comes with a 20 tooth already in there, so really not that much difference. So that was just on 2S. Eventually I'll get a 3S, probably also upsize the pinion gear a little more, and we'll see this thing again then. And you can also tell these tires are bald, so next video is actually going to be replacing those tires, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.